you sexy ghouls and goblins. Welcome back to the first spooky episode of Probably TMI.
Spooktober, baby.
Spooktober is going to be a good one. So if you are a listener on Spotify, we are all dressed up. And
yes, we are.
I'm a witch. Shelby's a bunny. Mads is a scarecrow. And if you want to see how awesome we look, go check us out on YouTube and subscribe.
You look good.
So before we jump in, we just want to say, because we mentioned in our previous episode that there was a hurricane coming. We got very lucky, and Hurricane Ian did hit just below us. It completely missed us, really. It was supposed to hit us directly, and there was a slight little turn, and we made it out, like, so lucky with no damage.
We did. It was so scary. Like, in Fort Myers, Orlando, like some people's houses are completely underwater.
Yeah. Devastating destruction for those people. So our hearts go out to them.
Truly.
And we really wish them the best.
We do. And that was just about to be us, because it was supposed to hit right through us, like our town.
It was a, like, so for a Category 5 hurricane, it has to be 156 mile per hour winds. Yeah. And it got up to 155 miles per hour. So it was just barely a Cat 5.
Pretty much a Cat 5.
Pretty much, yeah.
Catastrophic.
So it was very catastrophic.
Yeah.
Like,
really sad.
I feel really bad
so
for
sad.
those people. So our hearts go out to them. And also for our sensitive viewers, we want to give a trigger warning. We're going to be talking about death row meals today. And with that comes a little bit of murder, a little bit of essay.
Just a small pinch of murder.
Just a dabble of murder.
Just a little intense.
Sprinkle. Just some sensitive subjects. Just want to give did I miss anything for the trigger warning?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just watch at your own risk. Or listen and watch at your own risk if you are a sensitive individual to these things.
Totally. We also have beautiful new spooky decorations and cups.
We do. Yes. We're spooked out.
Cheers.
Yeah, Mads has a pumpkin cup. I have a fwankin head.
And I've got a cute little skull. And they have brains on top.
They do have brains. So we're really spooked out. You guys are gonna want to check us out on YouTube just to be part of this fun, the madness, the magic, Mickey's Halloween.
Not so scary Halloween.
Not so scary Halloween over here. So come join us on YouTube. You know you want to.
You know you want to. Please do.
All right. So who wants to dive into their death row meal?
Jump right in.
Perfect.
So I decided to research a little bit about Ted Bundy. I feel like recently, along with Jeffrey Dahmer, they've been pretty big. They've had series, movies. I think it was Zac Efron and Lily Collins. They did a whole thing about them. So I wanted to take a look at a little bit of background about him. I never watched the series or movie about it, but he's a popular guy.
Yeah, you should.
Not for the right reasons, but...
And I love Zac.
You know, Zac, like, shattered his chin, and it, like, completely changed his shape of his face.
Really?
Yeah. Side note, yeah.
Yeah, people were saying he got, like, plastic surgery and stuff, but he, like, almost died.
Yeah, he, like, tripped.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he looks a little messed up nowadays.
Oh, wow.
He looked like he got, like, not botched, but he looked like he got, like, a new chin.
Wow.
And people are like, why would you, like, get plastic surgery? He was so handsome. But he tripped and, like, shattered his entire chin on, like, on the floor or something.
Oh my gosh.
And the way that the bones grew back together, like, changed his facial shape.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
The more you know.
We love you, Zachy.
Love you,
Yeah.
Zachy.
Stay strong, Zachy.
So Ted Bundy.
Right.
Ted Bundy was born in 1946, and around his 30s in the 70s, he became a serial killer. He's known for kidnapping, essaying, and murdering numerous young girls. Although he confessed to murdering around 30 women, we don't really know the actual number, it's unknown, which is really crazy.
It's horrible.
He often revisited his victims after he killed them, grooming and performing necrophilia until decomposition. Pretty crazy. Despite the appealing nature of his crimes, Bundy, like I said, became a celebrity, particularly following his escape from custody from a Colorado prison in 1977. And during his trial, his charm and intelligence drew significant public attention, and his case inspired a series of popular novels and films devoted to serial murder. Ted Bundy was sentenced to the death sentence, specifically the electric chair. And he actually, I thought this was really interesting. He didn't request a specific meal. He didn't have like, I want this, this, and this. So basically when you don't have a specific request for a meal, they give you a standard meal, which is a medium rare steak, eggs over easy, hash browns, toast with butter and jam, and milk and juice to wash it down.
Wow. Not a bad meal for just not even
but yeah, he was like, I don't want anything, like just if you're gonna kill me. So they just gave him the standard meal. I don't know what state, I don't know if it's Colorado. I'm assuming if that's where he was in prison, that's where he died. So I'm assuming maybe in the state of Colorado, that's the meal they do. But yeah, wow, pretty crazy.
Wow.
I wonder if they like do a meal that would make like the poop in the digestive system more firm, so it's not as like hard to clean up.
Maybe.
Because I know that when you die...
I was actually thinking about that when I was looking through
when
people's...
you die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well...
You lose control of your bowels.
Especially if it's the electric chair, he probably might have had some...
Give them like a laxative so they poop it all out the night before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting how he didn't choose a specific meal. And... yeah.
It'd be interesting to see like how it varies by like country even. Like I'm sure an Asian death row meal would not be the same as like American.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
like
toast
steak and milk.
Yeah. Steak and toast.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's so true.
random.
I feel like, do you think we're the only country that like does that though?
I have no idea.
Death row meals?
Yeah, I feel like it's like such a tradition for like, you know, sentencing someone to death here, kind of like a tradition.
Well,
I guess.
I mean, there's only a couple states in the United States that allow sentencing to death.
I think it's like 31 states or something that still
more
have the
than
death
half.
penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but I feel like other countries are just a little more hardcore. Like I don't know if they would even give them that.
I know the most common, I'm pretty sure, for the death sentence is like lethal injection. Yeah, because they just put them to sleep like they do
like a dog.
An animal. Yeah, so I think that's the more like sane and common option. But I mean, back then, and you're murdering these numerous people, you know, electric chair and lethal, you know, that's an option.
That guy is messed up.
Crazy. And I know a lot of people were saying like because he became such a celebrity and they based all these movies and shows off of him, that it was kind of almost sexualizing him. And you know, they chose Zac Efron, which is one of the most handsome actors, that they were almost sexualizing him and how he...
I think that was just like a big part of how he like lured women, because like when you think of someone so disturbing, you're like, how can they get all these women and stuff? But it's like they wanted to show that like, oh no, he was charming. Like he actually was able to like swoon them and like be careful, ladies.
I know,
you know, just because someone's handsome and charming doesn't mean they aren't going to do terrible things.
I don't know what his wife's real name was, but I know like she had obviously no idea of his actions until he was sentenced. He was married.
What?
Yeah, and I think
saw the show, but it was a long time ago.
I think they had a child too.
She had a kid, I think.
She had a kid prior. But regardless, a family.
Why did he choose her to like keep her around?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
He later admitted to her over like a jail, because I saw Wickedly Evil, Disturbing, whatever that show on Netflix. Yeah. And basically like when he was on like the phone with her, she asked him like, have you ever tried to kill me? And he was like, I did it once. I tried to once. And he like stuffed a t-shirt underneath the door, their bedroom door, and like lit something on fire, and then later ended up like not
regretting it,
not going through with it, like it didn't work.
Oh,
so
crazy. And that was after he was caught. So imagine if he wasn't caught, like how much more he would have done before anybody knew. I mean, over 30 women. That's just what we know of. It could be so 30, 50, 100. We don't know.
It's really terrible.
So he's gone now, which is good.
It's almost like, how do you not know that like your husband's doing that?
And she had doubts for a long time, or suspicions, I should say, but she kind of like swallowed it, pushed it back, and like didn't want to believe it was her husband. Like anybody would, you know.
For sure.
Being in denial.
Yeah. But as a woman, I feel like we have that feeling sometimes, where it's like, that's something's
this man
off.
Crazy.
Whoa.
So
you really can't trust men. They just might kill you.
They just might.
They just might.
So that was all about Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That was insane.
Get it? My TED Talk. But
nice.
Who's next?
I guess I'll go. We can go down the line.
Okay.
So we're not trying to like glamorize these people. Like they're definitely scum of the earth people.
Absolutely.
And what we're doing here is really just trying to like talk about the food portion of it. Like the death row meal portion. We're not trying to like make them seem like we're like
it is kind of wild
them.
that women are like weirdly attracted to it and like will like send them letters
like
and
fan
things.
mail.
Yeah, the fan mail, and they're like, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We love you.
I think
it's like that's also sick and disgusting.
No.
I know there's like a level when it comes to like being interested in it, and then when you're like glorifying it and like fetishizing it.
For
like,
sure.
We're not doing that here. No. We're just talking about it. Yeah. We think that they're disgusting, vile human beings, and we're glad they are no longer
with us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So my serial killer that I chose is John Wayne Gacy. I'm sure you guys have heard about him before. So the little bio I wrote for him was Gacy was born in 1942 in Chicago, Illinois, and was said to have a normal childhood despite suffering from mental and physical abuse from his father, John Gacy Sr. Mm-hmm. Gacy tended to show sides of himself that weren't exactly masculine, such as gardening and cooking, which did not sit well with John Gacy Sr. Mm-hmm. Growing up, Gacy discovered he was gay and showed a particular interest in younger boys. However, due to avoiding shame from his toxic father, Gacy moved to Illinois and married a woman named Marilyn Myers, in which he would have children with, which is so crazy because he knew he was gay. Mm-hmm. And just like Ted Bundy, like they know that they're like doing crazy shit and they're still like getting married and having kids. Yeah. It's so sick. Mm-hmm. So I said, it's interesting because she was just his first wife, and Gacy would end up having 2 wives despite his true sexuality. Gacy's sexual desires would eventually overcome him, leading him to convicting his first crime of SA and murder on a young boy in 1972. This was the first of many murders and SA acts he would commit until his execution on May 10th, 1994 by lethal injection. He was 52 years old at the time of his death. Wow. Gacy also had an interesting gig as a clown, more popularly known as Pogo the Clown, serving birthday parties and community events, which built him a likable rapport. Mm-hmm. Although during these years, he would commit over 33 essays and murders. Also, I found out that his last words were, "kiss my ass." They were like, do you have anything left to say? And he's like, "kiss my ass." So just a lovely guy. So his death row meal was 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC chicken, French fries, and a pound of strawberries.
No drink?
No bev.
Wow.
No bev.
Pound of strawberries.
Just odd. It's like
along with some fried food.
Just a quick trip to the grocery store and slide through the KFC. Yeah. So, I mean...
He's also so awful, and I haven't heard about him until, like, recently.
I just got, like, chill, like, about him, like, dressing up as clowns, going to birthday parties, and
can you imagine?
To be liked by the community. Just like Ted Bundy, he was liked by the community because he was so handsome, had this beautiful life and this family. It's just crazy how, like, it's a routine for these people.
This man had 3 wives and was gay. Like, 3 wives and was literally spending time killing young boys. Mm-hmm. And... it's just crazy because I also heard I don't think he ever really admitted to what he did. I think he always tried to be like, no, I never did that.
I mean, by saying kiss my ass, I can assume that he didn't care.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wish he got something a little bit more of like an eye for an eye situation, but he got lethal injection. So,
wow. Yeah,
it's really crazy. So he just got a bunch of fried shit. And this man was,
he was a
disgusting and a big boy. And, yeah, can you imagine how his shit afterwards was? Probably not good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have to watch that show about him.
Yeah, I think I started it, but like I just couldn't finish it because I was just like, this man is just genuinely like...
He has that face. It's just like...
punchable.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're all like ugly and disgusting, but John Wayne Gacy's just got that like ugly, disgusting...
that look like where you see like... posters hung up in like a Publix or like in like an office of men that are like, watch out for these men. He just has that physical characteristics.
Like you would be like, you'd have that like internal alarm seeing that man's face. Whereas Ted Bundy would be like, oh, normal guy.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Variety.
All right, Charlotte, let's hear about your guy. Your choice.
So the person that I chose his name's Rodney Lee Gardner, and he's not as like sick and twisted as you guys, like the guys that you guys chose.
Right. As you sick people.
But I thought his case was interesting for a couple reasons. I thought his death row meal was interesting. But just like a little backstory on the guy, when he was growing up. So, and it's kind of like plays into his case as well. But when he was growing up, he had like a very hard childhood, as is an excuse for most of these groups, of course.
Yeah.
But when he was just, I think 18 months or something, his parents got like a divorce, and like they were just like drunks, and I guess he was found like on the streets as a toddler, like just in a diaper, and like wandering the streets by himself. So then he was put into, and he had 7 siblings.
Wow.
So he was put into like, I think, the system basically.
Yeah.
And that obviously failed him.
Yeah.
And he was addicted to drugs and alcohol by the age of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And I think that's around the time when he also was arrested for the first time, just for like stealing cowboy boots.
Oh, okay.
Nothing
just
serious.
Being a belligerent
Yeah,
child.
just a child. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think he did it with his brother. And it said that his brother, like his dad actually came and got his brother but left him. So like he just had like and he also was like sexually abused by his siblings. And he just had like a very like, he did have a pretty fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
Right.
So his first murder was he was robbing someone, and he like killed them, and so he was sentenced to life in prison. And then when they were moving him from like court or like to court or like just moving him to court for like thing, he killed another person. Like he has tried to escape. Sorry, my story is like, I'm like doing it off memory mostly.
Okay.
But he
Great.
so because my notes were a little all over the place. So he like was trying to escape and like ended up killing another person and shot them. And so at that point, that's what he got the death penalty for. And this took place in Utah. And it took about 25 years for him to actually get like executed, which was in 2010. And so basically, because of like him and his whole like childhood issues, all of those things, they were really like pushing for him to like not be put to death. And so another thing that was interesting about the case is that in Utah, they were able to do, let's see, what is it called? Sorry.
That's crazy that he only committed one, well, not only, but he committed one murder and was automatically, like, sentenced to death.
Right.
Like, he wasn't, all these other 30, 40 murders.
Life in prison.
Yeah. So, back in the day, I guess, they were able to do a firing squad as a way to execute someone.
Oh.
And basically that means that they have multiple men go and shoot you. Mm-hmm. And so they put that to an end in 2004. And this is all taking place in Utah. So this is all based on Utah law.
Yeah.
But that was put to an end in 2004. But if you're like sentenced to jail prior to that was still an option for you.
That wasn't even that long ago. 2004?
No, yeah. This happened. He was executed in 2010.
Wow. So like 12 years.
Yeah. So basically, he told the judge, he was like, I don't want to die, but if I have to, I want to be executed by the firing squad.
He wanted that?
Yeah,
wow.
That's what he chose.
That's so
and so what that means and how that worked was basically that they had him sit like restrained, put a bag over his head, they have sandbags all around him for like the ricochet of the bullets, and they had 5 volunteers come. And they do this because they don't want any single person to be the person who was like taking his life. So they have multiple people. So they had 5 volunteers that were all cops come, and they put a target over your heart. So they tell them that they have to go shoot for like a vital organ. So that and the point is that it's a very quick death.
I'm sick.
Yeah, isn't this wild?
Wow.
I never knew about this either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they put a target over, like, I think it's a white target over his heart, and that's what they all shoot for.
Oh, I'm uncomfortable.
I am sick.
It's wild. And so, wow, yeah, that's how he died.
Yeah, I don't think he would have lived through that one.
I'm surprised he didn't get the mental insanity plea where they send you to like a mental institute.
I don't think he was crazy though. They were just
he was just like fucked up.
They just were trying to like
True.
basically prove that like he didn't have a fair shot at life. Like that was like their big argument in the case, was just saying like he was brought up like in such a bad situation that he didn't have a fair shot at like not being in a criminal type of like lifestyle, I guess.
And he was in jail for would you say 20 years after?
It took 25 years for them to
I wonder how old he was when he died.
And actually, because of this case, Utah changed their laws that they can't continue to plea over and over again, because I guess they like continued to like petition and or whatever to just keep the case going, to like keep trying. So they put a limit to how many times they can do that, like in the House of Representatives.
People were really like rooting for him to not be killed.
Yeah, it's kind of seemed that way, at least. I mean,
if people were trying over and over again to like set him to not the death penalty.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. He was like.
Take a shot. Anybody says the word crazy. I realized I just said it like crazy. 30 times already.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But his death row meal.
Yeah, what is that? I'm interested.
So he ate his last meal. It was steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and 7-Up.
7-Up.
And then he wanted to do that, and then he did a 48-hour fast while watching Lord of the Rings film trilogy and reading Divine Justice, and this was motivated by spiritual reasons.
He's crazy.
Yeah, so isn't that like very like that's what I thought. That was what made me interested in his like meal. Thing, because his death row meal was not just a meal, but it also was required. Like he like wanted to watch a film that had to do with it,
and read.
Yeah, which was like I was like that doesn't even make sense, but. That's what he got. They let it happen.
Yeah.
He was able to have, like, his own full day.
Yeah, and then his last words, they said, do you have any last words? And he said, no, I do not.
Wow.
Oh, that's kind of, I don't want to say sad, because he did kill people, but that's pretty morbid. Like, no, I have nothing left.
Yeah, he had a nice last meal, though.
The last meal seemed busting.
I didn't mention it, but Ted Bundy's last words were, give my love to my family and friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
That gave me the chills.
Yeah.
Because it's like, really?
Because, he had a family. He was a charming guy with so many friends.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Just going through my notes here, I forgot that he also stabbed someone in jail, but that charge got completely, like, thrown out, basically, just because the guy lived.
Oh. Okay.
I guess it's just prison rules, baby. All is fair in love and war.
Wow.
In those prison walls.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Wow. That's crazy. These people, I am surprised that death row meals are even a thing, like that they even deserve to get something like that.
Yeah. I think it's just, a humanity thing. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think, like, they've been doing death row meals, like, for a long time. Like, even before people got, like, hung.
Yeah.
I think that they have to probably,
like...
I didn't know if I could say it.
Okay.
I feel like maybe it's more for the families.
Yeah.
Like, because, it's, like, obviously, the person is disgusting and, like, deserves nothing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's, like, when... You have to think how they have families and, like, people that still, like, if you're the mother of them, like, people always say, like, oh, my kid could kill someone else to love them. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, I know, not to bring up Dahmer, but, since the series is out, whatever, I just watched this close snippet of, like, what you were just talking about, but his mom and dad, like, still loved him to the very end, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's not always the case where, like, their family ostracized these people. Like, their family still... loves them, and I guess Dahmer's mom was very sad when Dahmer died.
Yeah.
Even though their like relationship was strained throughout his life, but that's true. I didn't think about it like that. Like the families probably want them to go out with at least like one last key of happiness.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd say like do what they did to other people.
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah. So what were your guys' own death row meals?
You can start, Mads.
Okay. I have a few things that don't really go together, but I mean, I mean, they don't have to. It's my death row meal.
Yeah.
So there's this place. I don't know if it's a chain. It is where we are. It's called Saki. I know there's a lot of sushi places that are called Saki, but this one specifically is like an endless sushi place. And there's this roll that we nut over, and it's called the Fuji roll. And it's like Fuji, I don't know, like Fuji apples. But it has like, it's a spicy tuna roll, and then on top it has salmon and avocado, and then it's drizzled deep with eel sauce, spicy mayo, and the little tempura crunchies. So that's my first item. I would have a roll of that.
You better make me act up.
Crab rangoons, definitely. The ones that are shaped in a triangle.
Specifically.
An everything bagel, extra toasted with cream cheese, lox, and capers. Because that's like my favorite breakfast food.
Can you imagine being like the officer that takes this? Like,
they're like writing it, like,
they'd be like, this fucking pig.
It's very specific.
Extra toasted.
You'd be surprised. I don't have any sweet things on my list.
Wow, Maz is a big sweet girl. So
that is shocking.
Maybe a slice of carrot cake, but like it's not like, oh my god. Like finishing it off.
It's not to die for.
A corn dog, specifically from the Florida State Fair.
Yeah,
because they're big and they're crispy and they're delicious.
Period.
Fried rice and Japanese noodles from Kobe's. And Kobe's is like a Japanese steakhouse. Like there's all kinds of
Benihana.
Yeah,
the best.
Yeah, arigato.
The absolute best.
Just the rice and just the noodles though. Like I don't need anything else. Just the carbs, you know. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, a Diet Coke to wash it all down.
To wash it down the drain.
That is my death row platter.
Yeah, you're making me want to go to Kobe's right now.
Right?
I want to go to Saki.
So yeah, that's my death row meal. What do you guys think? What do you guys rate it?
I rate that.
I thought long and hard.
I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. Those that's all. It's all the staples there.
We were in Starbucks and I was like really getting into detail about what I wanted.
Yeah, I'd probably like a little dessert, but
yeah, I mean,
that's the only thing I would add to it.
If I was in the mood,
9.8 out of 10.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, that's good. That is really good. Although I really am interested in knowing what the Florida like minimum cost is.
That's what I mean. I feel like mine
what do you mean?
Is already...
It's $40.
Oh, it's $40 here as well.
No, that's for Florida.
Oh, okay.
Mine might
Yeah,
pass.
the only rules is that for Florida is that it has to be under $40 and it has to be local.
Oh, I think it should be cool. Okay.
Not like imported like lobster tail
from like Maine.
Yeah.
I think yours might pass.
I think mine would be around 40, so I think I could pass. If I had to give something up,
it'd have to be the bagel.
It might have to be
There's no way the bagel
or the corn dog.
Be that much.
No.
Maybe
bagel's like 7. Fuji roll by itself, that's like 11.
Yeah.
Crab rangoons is like 6. Corn dog is probably like 4 to 6. Fried rice and noodles,
probably around like
10.
I hate to break it to you, but they're probably not going to go to the Florida State Fair for you.
Okay, then if I had to get rid of something, it'd be the corn dog.
Okay. Those are all really great.
Like you can only execute me if it's going to be around the time that the fair is here.
Yeah. You push it to like the fall, fall time.
Yeah, anytime there's a fair going on at the fairgrounds.
Honestly, so true. So my death row meal, I have honey barbecue boneless chicken wings with both ranch and blue cheese. Mm-hmm. The Fuji roll from Saki as well. That's just like, you can't go wrong. If you've had it, you know what we're talking about. Nacho fries from Taco Bell. Enchiladas with refried beans and rice. Stuffed crust pizza with the Papa John's garlic sauce. And then, of course, crab rangoons. Mm-hmm. And then I'd wash it down with chocolate milk and a caramel ribbon crunch frappe from Starbucks because I would never waste my calories on that while I'm alive. So if I'm dying, I don't give a fuck.
That's brilliant.
The caramel ribbon crunch might set me over the $40 because that alone is like $10 these days.
Yeah. Because you're getting the venti, and you're getting extra crunchies, extra caramel.
Extra whip. Yeah.
I like that you touched on different genres of food. You had, Asian cuisine, you had Italian with the pizza, you had a Mexican cuisine.
I like it all. Yeah. Those are like my favorites.
It's a good balance.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
10 out of 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10?
Yeah, I like it.
I'd give you probably like an 8 out of 10 because I think I'd rather have Mads.
You'd rather have
Mads meal than yours, honestly. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the bagel.
Or I think also the Kobe's.
Oh yeah,
that stuff is good. I'm a carbs girl.
Yeah, we love a good Kobe's.
But
all right, Charlotte, let's hear yours.
All right, where is it? Mine is okay. So I'm not that big of the Fuji roll kind of girl.
That's okay.
That's where I'm like. My favorite roll is from a restaurant called Hot Tuna, and it's the Florida roll, and I would get it with eel sauce and spicy mayo.
What's in the roll?
It's a pretty simple one. It's just like tuna and salmon, and then I think it has like cucumber.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I think we had it before,
That's my favorite roll for sure. Then I said an egg roll, Chinese broccoli and rice.
Oh, vegetables.
Okay. Wow, she's going healthy.
With the sauce. Well, I was thinking that I was like, I don't want any vegetables. Like, forget that. But then I was like, no, but Chinese broccoli with an egg roll and some rice.
Roasted broccoli is otherworldly. It's so good.
It's so good. As long as it's nice and saucy and like not good for you anymore, it's like a good crunch.
Yeah. It's at least 1,000 cows going just for the broccoli.
And then just recently I had Korean barbecue wings from Fishbowl with yum yum sauce, and probably hands down the best wings I've ever had.
Really? Were they boneless or bone-in?
So good, bone-in.
Ooh.
And they're just like crispy. It was very much like the Korean barbecue chicken that we got from that one spot in Arizona. That I don't remember what it was called.
Yogi,
something yogi.
That's stuck in my brain. Like that was one of my favorite meals
it's
ever.
really similar to that. It might honestly be better. Like it's so good. And it just falls off the bone.
Okay,
I'm starving right now.
Yeah. And then I also said pulled pork and homemade mac and cheese.
Oh.
Because love a nice southern cooking.
Right.
Ray, you definitely are a Sonny's barbecue girl, aren't you?
No.
That's like their homemade.
Yeah,
like
homemade.
The pulled part. Okay.
Yeah, like I know you don't love it, but like with the
I'm with you in the mac.
Breadcrumbs on top and baked.
Oh,
and just
no.
Oh yeah. There's no mac and cheese that compares to homemade mac and cheese.
That's true. I will say that.
Like, it's just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Probably because you lost me at the breadcrumbs though.
I like a little crunch.
Yeah, I like just the creaminess.
Me too.
Like when there's like a dish at Thanksgiving with the crumbs, I kind of scoop my spoon under.
Really? Oh, I have to get like a nice mixture of both.
Really? Okay.
That.
There's two types of people.
There are.
And
then I said a vanilla milkshake with Twix.
Ooh. From like Steak and Shake?
It's got to be from Steak
and Shake. Yeah, probably Steak and Shake.
Where else do they make those?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. You lost me at the pulled pork.
Me too. You lost me there.
But I respect your love for barbecue.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I was kind of teetering when you mentioned broccoli. However,
you fixed it.
It's still good.
Yeah, once I described it more.
The sauce, yeah. But yeah, pulled pork, honestly, like meat kind of disgusts me these days. So, but for that, I'm going to give your meal.
Well, you had wings.
Like boneless chicken wings, that's fine. But like, I'm not going to eat like a chicken breast or like pulled pork.
No, I wouldn't have a chicken breast either. But pulled pork is juicy.
Literally, the only meat I had was from the corn dog. And then fish in the sushi, but I don't count that.
We're pescatarians over here.
I said, give me the carbs.
I'm really not a big like meat gal either, but I don't know. Those are like the top tier.
Like by itself or like on a bun? How would you want
Probably on a bun, like a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay, with like extra
You can't
sauce.
go wrong with that.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend's mom... My mom makes good coleslaw. My ex-boyfriend's mom, however, made the best pulled pork sliders, and I don't like that food usually, but her cooking was so good. No, I'm not.
That sounds amazing.
Oh my god, she was really good.
If you do it right, it's good.
Maybe on like a Hawaiian roll?
Yes, you've got to do it on like the small bun.
Toast it up.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
We're loving it. So anyway, I think we all had great selections. I think it showed like a lot of our personality.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Give yours a 8.3.
Okay.
I'm sticking with the 7.5.
That's fine.
Pretty good high scores. All right.
Everyone has their own taste buds.
Yeah, they do. Let us know what you guys think about our death row meals, and also let us know what yours would be. We're very interested because there's going to be a lot of different answers.
For sure.
There.
Yeah, we'll put a poll up on the Instagram story maybe, and you guys can let us know. We'd love to know.
Yeah, we would love to know. So
we're foodies.
Baby. All right. Well, I guess this leads us to the is it TMI time or Hot Wheel time?
Hot Wheel first.
Do whatever you want to
All
do, baby.
right.
Oh yeah, it's
spooky version.
Somebody's dying in the background. All right, I went last week, so
it's me or you?
I think it's Mads.
It's me.
All right, Mads, go ahead and spin that wheel. Yeah.
Okay.
Strong little spin.
She doesn't mess around.
Okay.
What does she say?
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Oh no, her face fades right away.
Name your partner's hottest friend.
Oh, that's what I got last week.
That's a simple choice.
You? Does it have to be a male friend?
True.
Does it have to be a male friend?
It has to be male.
I'm gonna say Nico.
Nico.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Nico.
Yeah.
Nico. Okay, that's a solid answer.
I mean, Vince has some good-looking friends, but I'm saying Nico.
Yeah, Nico's a cutie. 10 out of 10.
He's a cutie. Awesome. TMI time.
TMI time.
TMI time.
TMI time.
Oh, where do
All
I begin?
right, who has a TMI for the week? Anybody?
I do.
I'm so surprised.
It's not like that's the basis of our time,
right?
Yeah.
TMI, what is that?
So I have like a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a few weeks ago. But basically I went to Dillard's. I was going to get some Spanx.
Spanx.
Because I had a tight dress that I had to wear.
Nine times I've cried in the Dillard's
yeah.
dressing
the
rooms.
Dillard's.
For every homecoming and prom.
Dillard's holds our tears.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Dillard's.
So I went to Dillard's in their like little underwear section to get some Spanx. I ended up getting like a little corset thing. I brought a few into the dressing room to try on, and I was like, oh perfect, like this one's good. And I was like, hey lady who works here, can you please hold this for me? I'm gonna just like look around at like all the bras and panties just to see what you guys got.
Braziers.
Yes.
Bras and panties.
And she was like, okay, sure. Just so you know, like if you find something you like, I can size you and make sure you get like the best fit, bra, whatever. Now I've never done that before, but I was like, oh, like I found a bra that I liked, and I'm like, hey, like can you size me for this? And man, did I not know what I was getting myself into. No. Just because, and it's like not a big deal for me that like people see my boobs or whatever. Like it's not the end of the world. They're just boobs. Yeah. And it's private. It's normal. It's what she literally does as her job. She probably sees boobies all day. Yeah. So, she sees boobies all day long. Yeah. So she tells me, go put on like this one specific bra that like is how like the basis of what they use to measure you and everything. So I go and I do that, and then she comes in and measures me, and then she's like, okay, I'm gonna go get more bras for you to try on that like will like work with whatever, blah blah blah. Anyway, I don't know how many bras it was like probably like 5, and I'm just like having to like undress in front of her, and then like she also is like holding the bra so that I can like
get into it.
Yeah, so I can get into it. It was just overall just like such an awkward, uncomfy situation for you not to be prepared like going into it. So it was like the whole time I was just like, I don't know what, like no one's told me what to do in this scenario before. Yeah. I would have asked someone before I did this. Your
what
face.
The heck? No, because when I got fitted for a bra, she let me keep my bra on. And she measures like around and like.
I feel like a bra adds so much thickness. Like, how is that a proper?
I think I was wearing a sports bra, so it was more like.
I mean, she did a great job, and like she like definitely like helped. Like she like was showing me like, oh, see how like this lifts you up, and like she was showing me like how different bras do different things, and like she was like very great at her job. But thorough. I was just so thorough.
Mama's got to the nitty gritty. She got.
But I was just not prepared for it. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Oh, I would have left and like literally like not said a word on the way home.
I was so uncomfortable. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely be back, and then I just did not come back. So sorry, lady at Dillard's. Sorry, saleswoman.
Sarah.
Or that's so violating. Deborah. That feels violating a little bit. But, they're just doing their job.
Yeah, she made me feel like she acted like it was totally normal, which, if she was like, oh, you fucking weirdo, then I would have been like, kill me now.
Yeah.
But it was
I would have just dipped out, like, nah, I can't do this. Can't do this right now.
Oh, I got a call, like it's an emergency.
People at Dillard's are fucked sometimes. Like, I've had some weird Dillard's encounters.
You have weird encounters everywhere, girl.
I was with Skylar at Dillard's, and I was trying to get an outfit literally for your wedding. And, like, one of the employees comes by and, like, tells my brother and I, like, you guys are such a cute couple. And I'm like, yeah, I'm buying an outfit for his wedding with his wife. I'm his sister. And she goes, oh. And then, like, walks away. And Skylar's like, you should have been like, yeah, it's my brother. We're so happy together. Like, been, like, something, like,
you
really
guys look
weird.
alike. So it's funny that someone went out of their way to, like...
It's really weird. We get that sometimes, to be honest with you. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Also, my mom and I walked through Dillard's the other week, and you know that scene from SpongeBob when they're like getting out of what's the ghost name?
I don't remember the name, but I remember the ghost.
You know, that green goat.
Yes, on the ship.
Yeah, like Davy Jones' locker.
Yes.
So when they get out and they like have to escape to get home, and they have to go through like that big perfume hallway in like a Dillard.
Yeah.
My mom and I, like, scene for scene went through that in Dillard's the other day.
I purposely don't go into department stores when I go to the mall. Like, I will go through like the main hub of the mall just to avoid like.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like.
You gotta walk around it.
My mom conditioned me to like always park outside of Dillard's.
Really?
And go through.
Yeah. Once you have your spot, you have your spot.
Yeah, my mom's a big Dillard's girl. She's got the credit card.
I'll do JCPenney. They're more chill there.
Don't go through the center. That's all. You just have to go around the outskirts.
By the
don't
shoes.
go through. Yeah, go buy the shoes and the bags.
Oh yeah. Always have to
Not the
check
makeup.
out the shoes.
Yeah, for sure. So my TMI this week is I've always known that I've been like slightly allergic to grass, but this week to prepare for Hurricane Ian, our boy Ian, I was like in the grass trying to like weatherproof some like boards, and so like my knees and skin were exposed to the grass, and I full on broke out in hives. And my allergies have been really bad ever since. So if you hear me coughing in this episode, allergies.
So sorry.
So yeah, I broke out in hives from grass, so I'm allergic to grass.
It's also like that transition season, so it's like going to fall, so that makes it even worse. That sucks.
True.
They call it hay fever. I have hay fever.
How are they now? Do you still have hives? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine now.
It's more just like internal
Just
allergies.
needed a good washing.
I needed a good wash. I did wash my legs right after.
Yeah,
but like I was in the grass at 2 and my legs were still broken out by like 10 p.m.
Yeah, it lingers.
It does.
The irritation, especially when you have
sure
sensitive
does.
skin.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
you know, it's okay. It's just one of my allergies, you know. So, hay fever. It's me.
Add it to the list.
Hey, Viva.
My TMI of the week happened last weekend. So I went to a bridal shower for one of my mommy's close friends from high school. Her daughter is getting married. Congratulations, Allie.
Yay, cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you, girl. So I went to her bridal shower. It's at a country club in Clearwater, that area where by the beach. You know, it's very nice. It's very bougie, if you will.
Yeah,
bougie. So it's at the country club, like right off the obviously golf course. There's the water. It's in this beautiful building. I'm hyping the place up. But anyways, it's very fancy, okay?
Well, her mom's like filthy rich.
Yeah,
so.
they are a wealthy family, which is amazing, and I'm grateful that I was invited. But it was so fancy, like I felt uncomfortable. Not like in general, like I had a great time. It was a great time. But there was a man that was walking around with a tray of food. You know, like in those balls where you walk you know, nice events.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, would you like a caper on the salmon?
Champagne.
So this man walks around with little mini bruschettas, delicious little pieces of like toast with, you know, mozzarella and tomato. You know what a bruschetta is, whatever.
Oh my God.
And he comes up to me and he's like, would you like? I had a glass of champagne. I had a mimosa in one hand. So, and naturally I would just grab it with my fingers because that's just
what you do.
Yeah, you just grab it. But he had like a set of tongs there, and I also had to grab a napkin. So I'm standing there and I have my champagne and I'm trying to get a napkin and then I'm trying to grab the tongs, and then obviously the crackers, it's like a prosciutto, so it's like a circular cracker. So of course the tongs aren't getting a good grip on them.
Of course.
So it's like sliding around. I'm like kind of internally like, will you help me?
Right.
Because my hands are full. I had nowhere to put my glass down. And he's like, oh, let me help you. And he finally like grabbed the tongs from me and placed one on my napkin. And I was like, thanks. And I like turned around and walked away.
They need to have them on like their own little mini plates.
I know. I was like, I would have rather just went up to the table and grabbed it myself. Like, but for him to like be walking up to me and asking like as a gentleman and very nice, I didn't want to say no thank you, and I was hungry. I'd yet eaten and
you
had
definitely
champagne.
Want it.
It was just one of those experiences when I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands, and I'm like uncomfortable, and I look like an idiot at this fancy place trying to get a bruschetta on my napkin.
Fine. I'm sure everyone struggles.
That was mine.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a fancy girl problem right there.
It was a great time. Like, thank you for having me, but I was a little nervous.
We're not used to that scene.
Because you want to like act proper when you're at a place like that. So I was trying. I think I may have been trying a little too hard and just got uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's alright.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the environment. It wasn't what you're used to.
Yeah,
it's just when someone's just like they're like watching you struggle. Like that's like so uncomfortable.
He's just looking at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what to do.
That's kind of on him. Why didn't he just be like, oh, I can see you're having a tough time.
It took about 30 seconds, but I wish it was sooner than that.
What a weirdo.
That's okay. He was very nice.
But that's good. I'm glad that he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I guess that's it for this week's episode, the first Halloween episode.
Episode 10, first of the series, Spooktober. I'm so excited to finish this series out.
Me too.
More fun to come.
3 more weeks, 3 more episodes of spookiness. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I know. We have a lot of really good ideas and things to do, so we definitely have some funky stuff in store.
Yes.
Funky stuff in
Very
store.
much so.
You guys are going to want to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Keep listening. Keep watching. Look out for our episodes at 10 a.m. every single Tuesday, you guys.
Every Tuesday.
It's going to be every single week on a Tuesday.
Except the last week of...
Yeah, because that will be November 1st.
Halloween, no.
Oh, Halloween's on Monday.
We're going to have a Halloween special.
Okay.
That'll be Monday.
So it'll be, we'll have it out Monday instead of Tuesday? Since it's Halloween.
Okay, sorry. I guess we didn't talk about it, but we didn't talk about it.
Right, no. No, I totally get it.
It makes sense. Okay, so October 31st, that'll be the only episode coming out on Monday, but prior to that, every Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Yes.
Come on down, Spotify and YouTube. We're so excited.
You want to come on down.
Come see what we're dressed as, because we're cute.
We're so cute. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let us know again what your death row meal would be and whose you like better. Mean, Charlotte's, or Mads. Let us know in the comments below or hit us up on Instagram, Probably TMI Podcast.com.
See you next week, my spooky besties.
Bye, spooky besties.
Bye.
Ooh.